What's going on? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing, and today we will be talking about Dimitri Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev. Man, this is a fight this is the best fight that could be made in boxing. You give me from heavyweight down to whatever minimum weight, whatever that weight is called, and you tell me forget the money because there's bigger fights. I'm not talking about what's bigger. I'm talking about in terms of best fighting the best, both in the divisions, no rehydration clause, no catch weights, no nothing. What is the best fight that could be made in all of boxing? It's Dimitri Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev at 175 for undefeated versus undefeated. I haven't been this excited for a fight in a while. I haven't been this excited for a fight probably since Canelo Triple G2. That's probably the last time I was this excited for a fight. I am totally through the moon. I am not going to miss this fight for nothing. For nothing. There is nothing that could make me not watch this fight. I am a little bit how do I say? I don't want to say annoyed, a bit disappointed. That's probably the better way of putting it. That the fight's at 6 p.m. I wish it could have been later. I'd rather it be 6 p.m. than 1 a.m. like how Top Rank does it, or when PBC. Although PBC been better, so I'm not. You know what? I'm taking PBC out of that. Right now, Top Rank is the one that be doing these late shows where when Elvis and Rohan fought, I stood all the way for the main event. I ended up getting home like at 2:30 in the morning or something like that. It's ridiculous. So this fight is at 6 p.m. I'm not crazy about it, but I'd rather it be 6 p.m. than 1 a.m. So but man, I love this fight. This is a 50-50 evenly matched fight that the fans want. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could have happened a little bit earlier in both of their careers, but that's fine. It's happening now. Neither has taken a loss. Neither has been knocked out. So I'm happy it's happening. Period. Period. All right. And by the way, the winner of this fight is an all-time great light heavyweight. Clip this, save this, whatever you want to do. I don't give a fuck. The winner of this fight is an all-time great light heavyweight. They will be in every conversation that you need to have at 175 pounds when it comes to history. Let's just get that straight. Let's get that straight. And the winner also has an argument to be number one pound for pound. That's how strongly I feel about this fight. This fight, right? So right now there's a three number one pound for pounds. Let's just I know you can't have three, but I'm just saying right now you have some order of Inoue, Usyk, Bud. Those are the three like consensus number one pound for pound where either one you could make a strong argument. I think the winner of this fight gets into that conversation. Especially if it's Beterbiev and he knocks out Bivol, then he could say I went undisputed and not only knocked out every champion by knockout, knocked out every single fighter in 175 by knockout. So I definitely think that the winner has has an argument for being number one for pound. Whether you win that argument or not, that's a different story. But you definitely coming to the table with bullets in terms of argument. You coming with bullets where you can argue and maybe you'll lose the gunfight, but it'll be close. You know what I'm saying? Or at least for sure, definitely no worse than top four pound for pound, which is pretty significant, especially in this era. This era is, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people shit on this era in terms of fights that can be made and this and that. But we living in a little bit of a golden era, considering we have three fighters right now who you go all three, make the case that all three of them are number one pound for pound. Now you're adding a fourth. That would be interesting. But so listen, I know y'all reading the title and it says Bivol versus Beterbiev will be a draw. That is interesting, and we're gonna get into that. Why that's the title. So I'll give my official prediction. Well, I want to say prediction. Who I favor in the fight is Dimitri Bivol. That's who I favor in the fight, and I'll get down into why I think I favor him, and then I also make some arguments for Beterbiev and why he could win, because this is a 50-50 fight. Let's not make no mistake about it. This is a 50-50 fight. Anybody can win. Just because you favor one doesn't mean you can't see how the other one can win. So let me just get that out the way. But yeah, this is the reason why I favor Dimitri Bivol. So the first reason is, man, this guy Beterbiev is old, man. He's 39 years old, has been injured many times, missed out, pulled out of fight, and has been inactive. Like he's fought once a year for the last like 3 years. And it gets to a certain age where all that catches up to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially him, somebody who has an offensive fighting style. He gets hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, he's winning all these fights by knockouts and he's not getting touched. Nah, like that fight with Anthony Yard, that was possibly fight of the year. You know what I'm saying? And he took a lot of shots. And you look throughout his career, yeah, there's some fights where he ended it quick, like the Joe Smith one. But there's a lot of fights where he's taking shots, and yeah, maybe he ends up, well, not maybe, well, yeah, he ends up winning by knockout, but he still took them shots. And I'm assuming he's taking shots in sparring as well. It's not like, the in sparring, he's fighting guys with arms tied behind their back. He's taking shots. That's just his style. So that's one. Those are some of the main reasons why. Another reason is a Beterbiev gets cut often. He gets cut often, and almost every fight he's bleeding. I remember in the Marcus Brown fight. Yes, I know he turned into a monster and knocked out Marcus Brown. But bro, that gash was leaking all over his face, and it's like almost every fight he's bleeding. He has a cut, and Bivol has a really, really sharp jab, the best jab in all of boxing, excluding no one. And you're not going to tell me that this guy is, with his footwork, with his sharp jab, can't cut Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I bring up the cuts, you could be like, yeah, it's boxing. You could get cut and you could continue to fight, but you could also get cut and the referee stopped the fight. And you might just win by TKO just off because, he cut you somewhere, right? And then the whole fight is landing a jab, and you have a lot of scar tissue, and now the cut is opening. I could definitely see that happen. That's not necessarily my prediction, but you telling me a guy who gets caught often is fighting a guy who gets caught often, gets cut often, is fighting the guy with the best jab in boxing, the guy with some of the best footwork in boxing, and that guy doesn't have the potential to cut him and possibly stop him. That's on the table. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but that's definitely on the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why. Another reason is, the boxer usually beats the brawler. Just in general, the boxer usually beats the brawler. And in this case, the brawler is Bivol, and excuse me, the brawler is Beterbiev, and the boxer is Bivol. So if we're just going by the saying, the norm, what we're used to seeing in boxing, you know what? All that means is that Bivol's going to win the fight. In terms of, if we're going by that. Another reason is Dimitri Bivol, he got that big fight experience. He fought Canelo Alvarez. Oh, he moved up in weight. Yeah, sure. People want to do backflips to take away that win from him. But he beat him. He wasn't the favorite, and he dominated him. And yeah, I want to say he's not Canelo's not a 175 pounder, and he's not, and he wasn't at the time, but he was champion at 175 before. People want to discredit his win over Kovalev. And it's like, bro, he was losing the fight. He was in a tough fight, and he won by knockout. So this guy has experience fighting at that weight. And even if you want to say, yeah, but still, he went back down. He wasn't a 175 pounder. But yeah, it's not like he beat him by 1 point. Well, it's funny. It's funny. He did only beat him by 1 round on the scorecards, but in actuality, he probably lost like 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Two, maybe three. So he totally dominated Canelo when Canelo was number one pound for pound. So he has that big fight experience. He also has experience fighting in Saudi Arabia. Something that those are two things right there that Beterbiev doesn't have. Beterbiev doesn't have experience fighting in Saudi Arabia. He doesn't know how that airport look or what to eat, what not to eat, how the hotel is, what's around the area to do, or what he doesn't know that. Also, because Bivol got 2 fights in Saudi Arabia, and he got one in Abu Dhabi, so he's used to traveling to that Middle Eastern area, and he's fought there recently too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he fought there. Oh yeah, when in his 5th pro fight or something. Nah, he's fought there recently, multiple times. So that's another reason why I'm picking Bivol. And right. So one thing I found interesting is that Beterbiev has fought 98 rounds because he's won most of his fights by knockout, and Bivol has fought 190 rounds. But you can't tell me, you right there watching this from your phone, from your laptop, from your tablet, TV, whatever, you cannot tell me that Beterbiev is the fresher fighter. You cannot. You just can't do it. Sorry. Try that shit with somebody else, not me, not Broadway Joel, not the voice of Dominican box. So he's just a fresher, younger fighter. And then, yo, doing research for this live made me realize how good Bivol is. Yo, Bivol's CompuBox stats are insane. So let me read some of these stats to you guys. Let me read some of these stats to you guys. So he's number one in punches landed against him. The percentage of punches landed against him, meaning fighters land the least amount of their punches in terms of percentage on him than they do any other fighter in all of boxing. He also lands the most jabs, and he has the highest throw. He throws the most. He lands the most jab. He throws the most jabs, and he lands at the highest percentage with his jab. He's also second in power punches landed on him, meaning there's only one fighter in all of boxing that the fighter who throws power punches lands at a lower percentage. You get what I'm saying? Oh, not percentage, it's total power punches landed. And he's third in punches landed on him. So this guy is a defensive wizard. We get so caught up on the fancy footwork and the sharp jab and this and that. And it's like, yeah, all that fancy stuff is preventing him from getting hit. And that's what Beterbiev does. Beterbiev, his game is to hit you and hurt you and all that. And if you're facing literally the guy who has the second, the percentage of lowest power punches landed on is second in all of boxing, how is that not like something you take into consideration? I've talked to some people where they just kind of dismiss him. One guy told me on Twitter, yo, he's just gonna run this guy over. Like, yeah, he's just gonna knock him out. And listen, I'm not dismissing Beterbiev can knock out Bivol. Believe me, I'm not dismissing that at all. That guy's a beast, and I'll get to him. Right now, we discussing my pick. Well, who I favor. So I'm discussing who I favor. So let me. I'll get to Beterbiev in a minute, but this guy has great statistics in terms of defense, in terms of jabs, in terms of everything, and all that leads me to believe he's gonna. That's why I favor him. That's why I favor him. Defense wins championships. You know what I'm saying? A great defense always beats a great offense, and that's almost in every sport. Give me a team with the best pitching staff. Give me a team with the best defense in football. Give me a team in basketball that could prevent the 3-pointers, and give me a boxer like Floyd Mayweather, a boxer like Pernell Whitaker. Give me a defensive fighter in boxing. Defense wins championships. But Again, this is a 50-50 fight, man. This is a 50-50 fight. So Beterbiev definitely has a chance at winning. And we're going to get to some of those points. So, first thing is, he has the advantage of mentally knowing that he handled Joe Smith way easier than Dimitri Bivol. And you can say styles make fights and this and that. Some fighters can feed off that, and some fighters can have that in the back of their mind. I don't know. I don't know Dimitri Bivol's thoughts about that. He may be like, damn, he wiped that dude out. That dude, stunned me with a shot. Because people also, that's another thing. People try to make it seem like, wow, Joe Smith almost killed Dimitri Bivol with that shot. And listen, he got rocked. He got stunned. He got a little hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he was super woozy. He stumbled a little bit. The round ended. He sat down and went and continued fighting in the next round like nothing happened. So I think people do make a lot of it. But point is, mentally, they both have they both know that they have a common opponent, and one guy handled it way easier than the other. You know what I'm saying? So he has that mental advantage. And also, he seemed to intimidate Dimitri Bivol a little bit. The first time they met, not the first time they met. It was the first time I seen them do an interview together. I believe it was in Abu Dhabi. I could be wrong, but I believe it was. And they were doing like an interview at the same time, and they asked him, "Yo, when you guys gonna fight?" And Beterbiev was like, "Yo, I want to fight him, but this guy don't, he ducking me." He said something along those lines. I don't remember the exact words. And yeah, Bivol was kind of like, I was just like, whoa, like if I was him, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was in his shoes, I'd be like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? We could fight next fight. I'll have no idea what you're talking about, bro. I never duck, or you could have made a face like, yeah, okay, y'all believe that? Yeah, y'all believe that? He could have said something, but his face was kind of like, oh, yeah, yeah. So again, mentally, I would give the advantage to Beterbiev just based off what I've seen, and to be fair, that's not much, but it's something. It's not something I definitely can ignore. And also, Beterbiev actually has a lot more amateur experience than Dimitri Bivol. He was an Olympian. He traveled more in his amateur career. And also, like, you got to remember, Dimitri Bivol, great fighter. Listen, y'all just heard me talk about how great his statistics were and all that. Yo, let's be honest. He has like a European style, and Beterbiev is from the same country as Bivol. So Beterbiev has seen 1,000 Bivols, not as good as Bivol, but he's seen that style 1,000 times. Bivol never seen something like Beterbiev. Let's be honest. You may have seen that style, but you never seen that kind of power with that style. So I definitely think that or Beterbiev has I know he has the better amateur experience, and I know he's seen Bivol's style before. He's game planned for that style multiple times. He's made adjustments multiple times to that defense, to that defense, to that style. So I definitely that go in terms of who's more familiar with the other one's style, that definitely goes to Beterbiev. And another and by the way, before this, I was talking about all this fancy statistics that Bivol that Bivol had with his defense and the jab. Let's talk about Artur Beterbiev's statistics. He has 100% knockout ratio. That's it. That's it. That's the only stat I got for you. 100% knockout ratio. Least punches landed in this and the most jabs and this is 100% knockout ratio Beterbiev has. And it's legit crunching power that he can fight from round 1 all the way to round 12. That power carries throughout the whole fight. So,
although Bivol's defense is obviously great, and we've seen it both in the ring as well as statistically, this guy Beterbiev has an immense amount of power. And yes, this guy has one of the lowest power punches landed on him. He has a second, in terms of power punches percentage. But when you hit that hard, you don't need to land much. It's not like they're landing zero power punches on Bivol. They're still landing some punches. And Beterbiev is going to land some punches. He is good at setting up punches. He does have a good boxing IQ. Not as high as Bivol. Excuse me. Not as high as Bivol, but definitely has a good boxing IQ. You don't get this far. You don't get 3 titles. You don't have a 20-0, 20 knockout ratio. 20 knockout, 100% knockout percentage without having boxing IQ. He has boxing IQ as well. And another thing, and this may sound, I don't know, I don't want to say like I'm hating, but it's the truth, man. Yo, Beterbiev, he gets away with a lot of dirty stuff in terms of landing that over right hand, right here in the back of the head. So he's not hitting you directly in the back of your head where you leaning forward. He's hitting you here. What he kind of does is he kind of like he's fighting whatever he's making his weight. He kind of just loops it behind you. So it like it's coming from this way and it just kind of lands right here. And we've seen it in the Joe Smith fight. He did it in the Anthony Yard fight and multiple fights. He hits in the back of the head and he gets away with it. And that's something, especially when you hit that hard, that's definitely something that's to an advantage, because I would say, he'll get called for it, but he hasn't really been getting called for it throughout this whole fucking career. So, like, I don't see why it would be called in this fight. So, listen, this is a 50-50 fight, man. This is an exciting fight. Again, I favor Bivol. That's who I favor. That's who, if you put me in a corner, pick somebody. Pick one. I'm picking Bivol. But I'm betting the draw, man. I'm betting the draw. This is a legitimate 50-50 fight. No way you could look at this phone that you looking at me from and tell me, this ain't a 50-50 fight, man. This easy work for fill in the blank. Beterbiev Bivol. No way, bro. And if you do, then you don't know boxing, man. You don't know boxing. Even if the result ends up being one of them dominated, going into the fight, you have to respect that this is a 50-50 fight. And the odds say so too. And that's a lot of times I go by what the odds say in terms of going into the fight. How did most people feel? Because the odds show where the money is. And as of right now, they have it a 50-55. I believe Bivol's slightly favored, unless it changed recently. Let me check on my phone. Unless it changed recently, this is a 50-50 fight, man. I believe Bivol is he's a hair like above. Let me see. Come on, DraftKings. Damn, this thing signed me out. That's one thing that's annoying. I wish I could just. All right, here we go. Yeah, so Bivol is a hold on. I just had it. Bivol is minus 130. Beterbiev is plus 110 on DraftKings. You know what I'm saying? That's a free plug, DraftKings. Y'all need to give me a sponsor or something, man. This is the voice of Dominican boxing here. But yeah, man. I'm betting the draw, though. We said, right? This is a 50-50 fight. Isn't that what I've been saying this whole fight? And 50 are even, right? Isn't that even, right? I put up a poll today. Excuse me, yesterday on my Twitter. Who's gonna win the fight? It came out 50% Beterbiev. I think it was 44%, no, 45% Bivol and 5% draw. Essentially an even fight. But a draw, I have it on DraftKings is plus 1,400. Oh, hold on, hold on. Wait. My man Michael Manning. Shout out to Michael Manning. It says go to FanDuel. It's plus 1,800 instead of plus 1,400 at DraftKings. Yo, there you go. My man came with the scoop, man. That man came with the scoop. I got it at 1,600, so it must have went up. Yo, I put $300 on the draw. 300. Yo, that shit gets me 5,100. 5,100, man. Make money with me, man. Regardless who you picking, you could favor Bivol. You could favor Beterbiev. Make money with me, man. A draw, $300, $5,100, something that statistically you know it's a possibility. You in your heart know that this is a 50-50 fight. That's the way I feel about it. That's the way I feel. And yo, honestly, I'm not even like a big better like that. Like y'all see me on this channel. I really don't be talking that money game. And shout out to the channels that do. I'm not hating. That's, you know what I'm saying? I just don't do it. You know, I'm not a big gambler. That's not my thing. No disrespect to you if you are. You know, that's just not my thing. But I'm doing my research. I'm like, yo, 1,600. I threw 300 on it. 300. And y'all need to make money with me, man. Y'all need to make money with me. And again, if y'all asking me, yo, no, fuck the draw. Who you favor? I'm favoring Bivol. So I don't want to lead nobody the wrong direction. Listen, if you asking me who I think is gonna win, I'm gonna say Bivol. But you asking me how I'm betting the draw. I ain't even better. I threw a little money on Bivol, just a little bit. But the chunk, $300. $300 on the draw for 5,100. That's what I got. And yo, and shout out to Michael Manning. Shout out to Michael Manning. Says plus 1,800. So you getting that better odds than what I got it. I got it at 1,600. If you could get it at 1,800, shit, hop on that. I might double back and throw 50 on that 1,800. I might. Who knows? No, I ain't doing that. 300 is enough. 300 is enough. Especially me, I don't gamble like that. So I'll throw 300 on that. But yo, man, I want you guys to call in, man. Call in, and I want you guys to give me your picks. And also, y'all could give me your opinion on the draw. I would like that. Matter of fact, call in for 2 reasons. Call in to give me your pick, how you see the fight, why you see the fight, the way you see it, and you know how excited you are. That's another thing I want you guys to call in how excited you are. You know what I'm saying? But call in to let me know who you think is gonna win and what you think of that draw, man. What do you think of the possibilities of a draw? You know, and I know the people who are picking Beterbiev are a little bit more hesitant to say that that's a possibility because they looking at it like, yo, my man about to get a knockout. So why would I bet the draw? So I get it. But you got to look at it. You know they both going to have moments. You know, statistically speaking, Bivol is a defensive wizard. You know what I'm saying? So since you know both of them are going to have their moments, and yeah, Beterbiev is going to win rounds with his power, but you know Bivol's going to win some rounds with his defense, and maybe it goes to the decision. And yeah, maybe this guy won more of the early rounds, the other guy won more of the late rounds, and ended up 6-6, and it's a draw. You know what I'm saying? So that link is in the chat, man. I definitely want you guys to tap in, man. Tap in, talk in, and I want you guys' opinion. And any other boxing questions, I'm with it too. We can get into anything, but right now, I'm excited for the biggest fight. No, I said biggest. The best fight boxing can make. This is it. This is it. I'm hoping there's no head clash or anything funny or no somebody pulls a shoulder. This guy better be of his old, man. You never know. You know, I hope nothing like that happens. Hopefully the fight is nice, clean fight that, you know, whatever. If somebody gets knocked out, God bless. If it goes to decision, you know, a draw, you know what I'm saying? But man, I haven't been this excited for a fight in years.
I have probably like when was Triple G Canelo 2? I think that was like in 2015. So that would make it 9 years. Hold on. Let me look up. Let me look up when that fight was. Yeah. It was Oh, it was 2018. Damn, it wasn't even that long ago. Why I said 2015? I felt so much longer ago. So much more long ago. Uh so that's what 6 years. So it's been 6 years since I've been this excited for a fight. 6 years. And y'all know I follow boxing pretty closely. And y'all know I'm somewhat invested in my Dominicans and stuff like that. But I haven't been this excited for a fight. This is a big, big fight for me. For me, this is the best fight boxing can make. Literally, I can't think like Canelo Benavides. It's a bigger fight. I don't think it's a better fight. Uh, Let me see what other fight is like. A fight I would like. Uh, 140, 140 or 135. Anything with Tank. Tank Lomachenko, Tank Shakur would be bit. I would be excited for. I'm not won't be this excited. Just keeping it 100. Just keep it in 100. I won't be this excited, you know. And Inoue, although he's probably my favorite fighter, there's really no opponent out there where I'm like, man, I need to see that. Like I felt that with Fulton, and not because I thought that was going to be a close fight, but because other people thought it was going to be a close fight, and I was like, huh? Y'all think Fulton is going to be a tough fight for this guy? It was more, I wasn't like how I am with this fight where I don't know who's winning. I don't. I don't. Again, I favor Bivol, but I'm betting the draw. So like I'm not confident either way. Like I'm not like, oh yeah, this is a automatic, you know. I know like how I felt with the Nui fight. This is a 50-50 fight, man. Like a lot can happen. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. I genuinely do not know who's gonna win. You know, and but that's what makes this fight exciting. And this was what boxing is about, man. This is what boxing about. Fights like this, fights where you go in and you're like, damn, who's gonna win, man? I don't know. I don't know. Where honestly, honestly, if I had $100, I, I will be comfortable betting it either way. A draw better be of a Bivol. I will be confident either way because I know each of them are a legit possibility. It's a 50-50 fight, so either fighter can win. And since it's a 50-50 fight, it could be a close fight where it ends in a draw. So uh I can't. This is again. I'm super excited for this fight, and honestly, the people I've interacted with in the chat, yeah, I know when Juan de lo Mio's on here, we talk about that chat all the time. The chat been lit lately, talking about this fight, and some people feel strong that one guy's gonna win. The other guy feels strong that the other guy's gonna win, and I'm the only one there throwing that monkey wrench like draw, draw. Shout out to Michael Manning. He says, "You're so right. There's not a single outcome that I couldn't see besides Bivol KO. Yeah, I can't see KO, but I could see Bivol TKO. And what I mean by TKO is cuts. I could see that. That's not something that's like, I'm like, no way. Bivol's going to cut him. And there's going to be blood pouring all over his eye and his face. And the doctor's going to look at it and stop it. No way that's not going to happen. I could definitely see that. I could see it. I could see that. And by the way, I could see that happening as early as the 5th round. Like where let's say he cut him in the second and then just keeps jabbing him and keeps landing his right hand and catch him with a couple of hooks in that same eye and just keeps hitting him, hitting it. From the 2nd round to the 5th round to when the 5th round, the doctor looks at it and goes, nah, man, like I'm gonna have to stop the fight. You know what I'm saying? I could see that. Nah, that's not what I'm predicting. I'm just saying I could see everything besides a KO of Bivol. I can't see him, one shot knocking him out or landing 4 or 5 punches and,
Beterbiev being woozy and the doctor waving it. I mean, the referee waving it. And I can't see that. I'll be honest. But I could definitely see him cutting and getting a TKO. I could see that. That's a possibility for me. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm shocked to see it. But yeah, man, this is an interesting fight. This is an interesting fight, and I think I laid out my argument for everything I can see happening pretty well, as far as whether it be Bivol winning or whether it be Beterbiev winning or why I'm picking the draw. I can definitely see all three possibilities, and that's why I'm excited, because I genuinely don't know. I genuinely do not know. I genuinely am going to watch this fight and not have an inkling as to what the result was going to be. You know, like these fights nowadays, right? You go to a fight, right, and you're like, oh man, I can't wait. But you kind of know who's gonna win, but you kind of go, hey, you never know. This is boxing. Then the guy you kind of thought was gonna win won, and you're like, all right, well that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? This isn't that fight. This isn't that fight. At least not for me. I'll speak for myself. Some people are, digging their heels, and they're like, nah, 100% better be if it's gonna win by knockout. And shout out to y'all, man. Y'all better than me, because I can't call it. I can't with conviction give you guys a prediction there. And as far as strategy, if I was Bivol, what I'm trying to do is keep the fight in the center of the ring. I'm trying to keep that fight at that mid range too. You know, I feel like at the long range, he could do damage, but I don't feel like he'll be able to maintain that without tiring himself out. So I think with his footwork, that bouncy fucking footwork, bang bang, and just keeping the fight in the middle, mid range. Then when this guy gets closer, just spin him and keep him right there, using that jab right hand, jab right hand. You know what I'm saying? Because Bivol, he throws all punches, but his main two punches is that straight jab and that straight right hand. Boom, boom. That's really his bread and butter. If he could keep that fight in the mid range in the center of the ring, that would be how I think he would win. As far as Beterbiev, you got to try and make this fight an inside fight, especially if you could get him on the ropes. And when you get him on the ropes, and what I'm about to say is ironic because it didn't work for Canelo, but I don't think Canelo and Beterbiev are the same person. But when you get him on the ropes, and Bivol's using that high guard, it's good to hit him in the shoulders. Boom, boom, boom. Let him feel that power. Let him know, like, yo, this is generational power. This is 100% knockout type fucking power I got in these hands. You know what I'm saying? Go to the body often, especially in the first 4 or 5 rounds. Go to that body. Slow this guy down. This guy got a lot of good footwork. The way you slow a guy down with footwork is by banging that body, tiring the guy out. You know what I'm saying? And that way, in the later rounds, he's not so motivated. Well, not motivated. He's not so able to move around. You get what I'm saying? And then that's when you start landing shots to the ahead, uppercuts, left hook, over right hands, boom, boom, and start overwhelming him on the inside, boom. And also Beterbiev is bigger physically. Like, I believe Bivol's like a half-inch taller, and when it's a half-inch taller, that's not an advantage. That's whatever. But I do think Beterbiev is bigger physically. So when you get in there, you could push him, you could shove him, you could lean on him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would go about it if I was Beterbiev. Uh, but hey, man, both of these guys have fought really good to great opponents up until this point. And now it's when they're going to show who's the best at 175. And again, the winner of this is in the history books. Yo, these guys have a lot on the line, more so than money and more so than belts. They have their legacy on the line here, man. They have their legacy on the line because the winner of this fight will be able to say, I'm an all-time great light heavyweight. So when you mention the all-time great light heavyweights, make sure you mention Bivol, Beterbiev, whichever one wins. You know what I'm saying? So
In my opinion, this fight holds a lot of weight, especially if Bivol wins. So if Beterbiev wins, I could see him retiring soon after. Going, yo, I'm 39. I'm about to turn 40. I already undisputed. I knocked everybody out. I made a lot of good money. I'm gonna just call it quits. I could see that. Bivol, I believe he's 33. Yo, you beat this guy Beterbiev. Uh, uh, yo, and you still got what 4 or 5 years left in your career? There's still guys you can, this Morel and Benavidez is about to fight at 175. That's another fight you could take for big money, for legacy, to cement even further yourself as an all-time great. Canelo fighting at 68, somebody you beat, you fuck around, get undisputed, he may want a rematch. He may, whatever, you never know. He may not be able to make 170, 168 in the near future. I don't know, maybe. So that'll be another rematch. That'll be not only another bag, that'll also be another all-time great win on your resume. Whether it's a rematch or not, that's still Canelo. You get what I'm saying? And then who knows who develops at 175, 168 that eventually moves up where you could continue your legacy. Or who knows, maybe you move up to cruiserweight and you do some shit there. I don't know. But you got 4 or 5 years left in your career left. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if Beterbiev wins, yeah, he'll be an all-time great, but I can't really see him getting too many more legacy cementing fights after that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and Bivol could fuck around, let's say he beats Beterbiev, right? And then Benavidez beats Morel. And let's say he beats Benavidez. Yo, if this dude Morel gets a couple other more wins, that could be another fight. And that's 2 fights right there where you getting legit wins on your resume as you keep going. Man, listen, I'm excited for this fight. If you are a hardcore boxing fan and you're not excited for this fight, you don't know fucking boxing. And I don't know. If you listen, if you were just a casual and you don't really know who these guys are, and the fact that they Russian turns you off, and you one of those guys, whatever, man. This message isn't for you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a guy like me, a guy who watches boxing, this is the best fight boxing can make, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is the best fight boxing can make. But yo, man, I'm gonna end this live right now, man. But yo, that ass, listen, man. I got 72 people on here, 13 on YouTube, 59 on Twitter. Man, I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. I really do. Make sure y'all hit the like button for the people on Twitter. Make sure y'all retweet this. If I said something y'all ain't like or y'all did like, make sure y'all screen record, post it on y'all social media. Yo, and if you a hardcore boxing fan, right, and you got friends who like boxing, but they don't really know what fights to watch and this is the moment where you go, yo, what you doing? And it's at 6 o'clock, right? Yo, what you doing? Yo, I'm about to go to the gym. Yo. 6 o'clock, bro. Come be at my crib. I'm going to order some pizza. I'm going to order some wings. We're going to watch this fight. Who's fighting? Yo, don't worry about it. It's just 2 Russian guys, man. It's going to be a really good fight. It's a 50-50 fight. One guy has a 100% knockout ratio. The other guy beat Canelo. Yeah, just come through. You just say that, they'll come over. And they'll look at you like, damn, next time there's a big fight, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is going to be a fight, man. This is going to be a good fight, 50-50 fight. And it's going to be an entertaining fight. A lot of people worried that Bivol might stink it out. I don't think you could stink out Beterbiev. I don't think that can happen. I don't think that's I think that's impossible. So don't worry about that. There's going to be high skills on both sides. And I genuinely think this is going to be a great performance by one of these guys, a great fight. And, and if it's a draw, just know I may come icy next live. I may have some ice on me or something. Yo, fellas, I appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, share this on your, social media.
retweet it, do what you got to do, man. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all, and I appreciate the support. And by the way, tomorrow I will be doing a live watch party, so I'll be live while I'm watching the fight. Y'all can see my in live reaction after the fight. I'm gonna stay live and I'm gonna be talking about the fight, and I'm gonna give you, my post fight reaction. I'm gonna open up the lines so anybody wants to hop on and give their opinion of how I'm right, how I'm wrong, what the referee did, what the judges scored. If you agree with the draw or not. You know what I'm saying? uh yeah, nah, man. Tomorrow is gonna be a dope live. I'm gonna go live at 6. The fight I think starts like around 6:30. If it starts right at 6, it'll be right when the fight starts. If the fight starts at 6:30, we'll be live for 30 minutes before, chopping it up, giving predictions, talking, whatever. And but I truly appreciate you guys hanging on with me. And again, if y'all enjoyed this live, I'll be live tomorrow again. And again, I think you guys will enjoy my commentary more more than this on. All right, guys. Till next time, guys. Peace.